In this video, we'll be going over ir plus a plus infinitive, also known as the simple future in Spanish. So first off, let's start off by basically translating exactly what it's implying. So anytime that I use ir plus a plus infinitive, essentially what it means is going to do something. So an example of this would be I'm going to run, he is going to walk, we're going to do our homework, stuff like that, right? And so that's why we call it the simple future, is because we're also talking about things in the future. Now, there's two ways to talk about the future in Spanish. You can either use ir plus a plus infinitive, or you can use the future tense. Now, I recommend learning ir plus a plus infinitive because it's a lot simpler. And the thing is, the future tense isn't too hard, but it's just another set of conjugations you have to learn. Whereas with ir plus a plus infinitive, all you have to learn is how to conjugate the word ir in present tense, which you'll already learn how to do. So first, let's start with that, the conjugations of ir. So we'll always use it in the present tense with ir plus a plus infinitive if we were talking about things that we're going to do in the future. You can use it in the past, but it'd be like, I was going to do something, stuff like that. First, let's talk about the present conjugations. It's going to be voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. So ir is a very weird word, right? If it was regular, we'd expect it to be o, es, e, but it's not. It's not even close. It's voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. So voy means I go, vas, you go, so on and so forth. But then when combined with the a and the infinitive, it means going to do something. So now let's take a look at an example. We'll say he is going to swim. He is going to swim. So first what we're going to start with is él. Next, we have to use the verb ir, but conjugated into the he form. So él va a. And then finally, we have to say to swim. To swim in Spanish, if you remember, is nadar. And that's how you say he's going to swim. So we've just talked about him in the future, right? And so it's very simple. All you have to do is memorize these right here. You can use ir plus a plus infinitive. Now, one more thing I wanted to note is the reason why we're using an infinitive here is because we're saying to swim. We're not saying he's going he swim. Let's say he's going to swim. So make sure to always have this in infinitive form rather than in a conjugated form like él va a nadar. That doesn't make sense. If you say él va a nadar, that right there will be the correct way to use it. And so overall, ir plus a plus infinitive is something that is very useful, especially because it eliminates the need for you to really learn the future tense unless you want to understand when people speak to you. But either way, it is probably the most common way that they talk about doing stuff in the future in Spanish. And so if you know ir plus a plus infinitive, you can literally talk about anything in the future as long as you know the infinitive of what you're trying to say. So that was the video. Hope you enjoyed.